So I got this comms unit, helmet comms unit, on eBay recently for about 15 quid, something like that. And I tried to fit it to my old helmet, and there was no cutouts in the shell of the helmet to fit these speakers. So I went out and got a HJC i90, which does indeed have the cutouts under this panel here. So what I'm going to do is essentially fit that to the helmet and then go from there. I have already connected it to my phone and tested it to make sure it all works, and it does work. Like the audio seems quite good quality, but obviously it's not really a good enough test because that doesn't account for like wind noise and engine noise and stuff like that. So I'm going to take it out today, have some directions and a bit of lowish volume music coming out of it, and see how I get on. And yeah, so first thing is to install it in the helmet, and then go from there. I did waste the Velcro adhesive pads trying to get it to fit in my other helmet, so I did buy these on eBay for about 4 quid. I've got loads of these now, a bit too much really, but just normal Velcro soft side and then the hook and loop. So yeah, I'm gonna fit it and see how it all goes together. So here is the unit installed. It basically just hooks under this cheek pad here. There's also a bit of adhesive on the back just to stop it rattling. Cable runs there under the foam, goes around here to the right side ear, and then all the other cables just run around the other side to the other ear, and then the speaker, the microphone, I just kind of shoved in between the cheek pad here, so it just sticks out a tiny bit. I've just test fitted it and it does feel a bit tight, but it is a brand new helmet, so I'm going to need to bed it in anyway, and that might involve a few headaches because they always loosen up after a while. But yeah, it looks okay. Just unplug this to charge it, but apparently it's good for about 80 hours of music, something like that. But yeah, I might come back to this and make this a bit neater. These two bolts here, you can undo them, and there's a compartment for the HJC comms unit, like the official one. So I want to kind of look under here and see if there's better wire channels, so I can properly hide the wires behind the actual protection foam rather than the inner foam, because it's just kind of tucked under here currently, and then there's two poppers on either side. If I can make it neater I will, but for now this will do for a cheeky ride out and see how it performs. So yeah, that's the HJC i90 with free pin lock included. It has a built-in visor as well, and the cheap eBay comms unit, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm going to do a long ride today, about 4 or 5 hours ish, so yeah, catch up with you then when I've done some riding. So this is just a quick update on the cheap eBay comms unit. Overall I'm pretty happy with it. The only downside I would say is the volume isn't very loud. Even on max volume, like, you can hear directions with earplugs in, and you can hear music, but it's kind of like whisper quiet. It's hard to explain. It's just like having the TV on like a really low volume where you can still hear everything clearly, like you can hear dialogue and stuff perfectly fine. In my case, like Google Maps, like the woman giving me directions, I can hear it fine. It's just not very loud. It would probably be absolutely fine without earplugs in, but I don't ride without earplugs in. It's not good for your hearing. And thinking about it, if the headset was really loud with earplugs in, that would be like a dangerous level of volume, which is going to be doing damage to your hearing. Because if it's overpowering the earplugs, you know, obviously that means it's way too many decibels. So I wish it was a little bit louder, but everything it's done well. I'll just show you it on the helmet, so you should see it here. I don't know if the LED lights are on at the minute. It does this weird like little pattern thing, which is a bit cringe, but you can turn that off if you want. So it's got like your volume up, volume down, which is also change track. There's a Google Assistant button at the back somewhere, and pause music in the middle. And all of those functions work perfectly fine. So I was playing music on my phone while also having maps on, and yeah, it worked really well. I think when I looked at my phone, it said the comms unit was at 90% charge after about 3 or 4 hours riding continuously, so that's pretty good going, I think. But yeah, if you go in expecting like super loud, high quality music with earplugs in, it's not the one for you. It's perfectly usable, and it ticks the box of what I wanted it for. I just wanted something that would give me sat-nav directions and some music loud enough to hear and not much else, and that's what it does. So it does also have this microphone here. I did only use it once for Google Assistant. I pressed the button and said direct me to the nearest petrol station, and it picked up that audio perfectly fine and did what I asked. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I have to see how long it lasts, but for like 15 quid, who really cares if it only lasts like a year? As for the C50, C800, oh, it's such a hot day today. Just done about 160 miles round trip. No new upgrades to the bike apart from this phone mount, which is actually really good. It's water resistant, there's a magnet there. Oh damn, that's actually come off the back of my phone. Better stick that back on. And there's a port there for your charging, and yeah, it's very adjustable. Loads of different ways you can adjust it there, and I'm really happy with it. I wish I got one sooner. So yeah, that's the only real update, I believe. This summer has been pretty terrible overall. Really not many days warm enough to ride, which kind of sucks. So I've not done that many miles on it this year yet again, but it's running well. I did almost run the tank completely dry earlier by accident, which wasn't good. I got to 180 miles and it started spluttering like it was going to conk out. So yeah, there you go. For range you'll get about 180 miles maximum, because I really don't think I had many miles left after that. Which is pretty good range really for this kind of size bike. It's not like a heavy cruiser, it's more like a mid-range cruiser. So yeah, still looks pretty clean after all those miles. Obviously the windscreen is going to get covered in dead bugs, as you can see. It's just part of it really. So yeah, anyway, the video wasn't about the motorbike, it was about the headset thing. So I'll give you one last look here, give you an idea of how you might want to install it. Hopefully you can see that. Pretty easy to install, and it didn't move or anything, it's really secure. So yeah, hope this helps. So I was going to end the video there, but I've just come back from another like 4-ish hour ride. And I do think it is actually loud enough. It seems louder than it was yesterday, and I don't really know why. Basically what I did, I pulled the whole thing out and reinstalled it to make it neater. If we look, try and get some good light. Under this flap, I don't know if you'll be able to see, no you can't really, but there's wire channels, like where the cabling's meant to go. It's not designed for my comms unit, but you can still use it. And then I basically managed to tuck them like right out the way of the cheek pads and everything. And then at the back, don't want to scratch it, this compartment here is for the HJC comms unit. I did open these to have a look, and it's just like an empty space. So I actually managed to tuck all my wiring in there and then bolt it back up. So it's much neater now. As you can see, the unit is there. And then I just got a blunt screwdriver and kind of shoved that out the way there. So it's just much neater. And yeah, I do think I basically have it at max volume all the time because I wear earplugs. Like I said, it could do with being a touch louder, but my bike is quite an extreme example because it's got Vance & Hines cruisers on it, which are super loud. And the engine itself is loud as well. So you're probably not going to have the same volume issue as me. But long story short, I think it is loud enough. And the buttons take a bit of getting used to when you're wearing gloves. I'd say it took about an hour or two to kind of feel and memorize where each button is. But yeah, for 15 quid, like, you really can't moan at all. So yeah, I would recommend it. As for the helmet itself, the cheeks are still a bit tight, but it seems to be loosening off. I think I've worn it for about 6 to 8 hours already. And yeah, it does seem to be getting more comfortable as time goes on. Without earplugs, it's a really loud helmet. I think all modular helmets are, to be honest. My last one was exactly the same. So yeah, I definitely recommend wearing earplugs at all times, unless you're on like a 30cc scooter, something like that. But yeah, it's definitely starting to bed in. I did look it up online, and a lot of people say they kind of sit around the house with the helmet on. And if you've watched my channel, you'll know I'm into sim racing. So I guess I could LARP as a racing driver and just wear it for like a couple of hours. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's really well made. It's pretty comfortable. The visor's brilliant. Like, it's just easy to use with gloves on. And it looks pretty good. I mean, it's nothing outlandish. It's just matte black, really. And the pin lock as well. I forgot to mention the pin lock before. Absolute game changer, that is. Like, it doesn't matter what the temperature is outside or inside the helmet, you can like do a full like dragon breath like against the visor, and you get no condensation, like no misting whatsoever. It's so simple but so brilliant. It's just like the pin lock, all it is like a bit of plastic with a silicone seal around it, so it becomes double glazed in a way, I guess. And that will last forever. I can always take it off and clean it when I need to, but yeah, really happy with it. So yeah, if you can grab one, definitely grab one. As I said, it's discontinued now, but for 120 quid, you really can't go wrong. Peace out.